We have a Patreon, and it's free.
And it's free. Like, actually free.
Yep, completely free. We finally set up a place where you can get a peek behind the scenes, help shape the podcast, vote on stuff, and just create a community.
And you'll eventually snag some rewards that we're cooking up.
So please go follow us on Patreon at Best Year Ever Pod.
And while you're at it, follow us on all our socials.
All right, let's start the show. Welcome to Best Year Ever, a movie podcast where each week, one movie at a time, we'll attempt to answer this very important question. Was 1984 the best year ever for movies? I am your host, Jesus Gonzalez, and with me is the mystifying, theatrical, and always with well-groomed eyebrows, Casey Glenn.
Oh my god, thank you. Hi, Jesus.
Hi, Casey. So you're not a werewolf. We know this.
Thank you. Yes.
What movie are we watching, Casey?
The Company of Wolves.
Oh, man. You've never seen this movie?
I have not. Have you?
I have not.
Okay.
First thoughts, first feelings, impressions.
What a fever dream.
Fever dream.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I thought I was watching... It went from watching a Doctor Who episode to an Agatha Christie to then like a weird theatrical retelling of the Real Red Riding Hood.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I just felt like the metaphor was hitting me in the face this whole movie.
Mm.
But I enjoyed it. Ish.
It was rough.
It was... I wouldn't say it was rough. I think it was one of those movies that I'm glad that exists. I feel like they did a lot of groundwork for other movies.
Well, have you seen my Letterboxd review?
Well, with that, let's go into Letterboxd reviews. Letterboxd reviews. Our very own Casey Glenn. You gave it 3 stars. Fair. This walked so that the labyrinth could run. 100% agree. I would also say, I mean, this was 84, so I feel like a lot of dark fantasy. I don't know if the Dark Crystal was before this or after this. I think it was after this, but a lot of dark fantasy movies feel in the same realm as this one. But this one did feel more like a theater production than a movie.
Yes. Yeah. Also, the forest, I wanted to text you that. I didn't. The forest was giving Endor vibes. It was like Endor with a little bit of Dagobah.
Yeah. and also a lot of Alice in Wonderland, especially at the beginning.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think it was a coincidence that the sister's name was Alice. Because we went through this magical realm through the sister that was named Alice.
Mm-hmm.
Right away, die spoilers. But we see like mushrooms, giant mushrooms, giant toys. It felt very, very Alice in Wonderland at the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
These other Letterboxd reviews, 3 stars. I like movies where there are a lot of dogs running around, and they're supposed to be all menacing and fierce, but you can tell they're all good boys having a fun day on the big Misty Woods set. And I think they were.
Mm-hmm.
I did feel bad for the poor peacock in that one scene. Oh, we'll get into it.
Yeah, I have no recollection of this peacock.
I think you were a little bit too high. This review just has a heart, a Christmas movie.
That one did not make sense to me.
It makes perfect sense.
Okay.
This is a Christmas. This is a movie that I will watch on Christmas.
Interesting.
I feel like this is kind of like Harry Potter a little bit. Like it has those vibes.
Interesting.
This 3.5 stars. Imagine Little Red Riding Hood if it was written by Sigmund Freud and directed by David Lynch, and you have a pretty good idea of what this movie is.
Yes. I think that is the best synopsis of this movie.
Yeah. This one review, not sure I like hearing English people going on and on about how men with eyebrows that meet in the middle are wicked creatures of the devil. Feels loaded. Some of us just have Mediterranean grandparents. And 100% agree. It was a little too weird. I'll end with this one. 4 stars. And it just reads Anton First. And he is the set designer. And yeah, I think this was one of the best things about this movie. But let's get into the background. The Company of Wolves, a budget of £2 million, box office of $4.3 million, directed by Neil Jordan, edited by Rodney Holland, starring Sarah Paulson as Rosaline, Angela Lansbury as Granny, David Warner as father, Tosi Silberg as mother, Micah Bergisi as the huntsman, and Stephen Rea as young groom. He wasn't really starting, but I just wanted to mention him because we saw him half naked there. You want to get into the movie?
Let's do it.
I feel like we start in a BBC special production for Doctor Who.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
It fell a little bit low budget, which is fine. The music really set the tone for it being very 80s. But we do start this kind of weird dream state of a slow-mo German Shepherd. This should have been a husky. I don't know. I feel like it should have been more wolf-like.
I agree. Yeah. It seemed like a weird choice.
Yeah. But we do start in modern times, modern for 1980, with dad, mom, who are going to be playing their roles in the fantasy world. Mom, dad, and sister arriving. Sister super mean. And they're in this big, huge house in somewhere in London, or not London, in England. Big, lush forest around. The house is creepy and old. And the sister goes after our main protagonist, Rosaline, who is sleeping with full makeup for some reason. And
she just took a little nap, you know?
I mean, yeah. Well, I kind of know the reason. I just kept thinking, metaphor. Because she has big, shiny red lips, very red blush. Everything's red. I wonder why. Casey, can you explain to me the metaphor for this movie?
Loss of innocence. Sexual awakening. Yay.
I was just thinking first period. That was to me was...
I mean, yeah. Loss of innocence. First period. Kind of the same thing.
There was so much red. Little Red Riding Hood.
Yeah.
Have you ever seen the It Crowd?
Yes, a few episodes.
There's a whole episode about the girl from the It Crowd getting her period, and she was visited by Aunt Irma, and it reminded me so much of Aunt Irma. Because she's just transformed into this werewolf demon type person. But yeah, the sister is trying to wake up Rosaline. The sister, what did I say her name was? Alice.
The sister is so
super mean.
That I thought that they were stepsisters, honestly.
She kept calling her Pest.
Yeah. Which also, I'm like, can you come up with a better, like, Pest is like so mid.
I know.
An insult, like
I don't know. Maybe it was not a bigger insult in the 80s.
Yeah, maybe.
Rosaline is tossing and turning, and we get into more of a dream-like state. There are people outside today. I don't know what's happening. They're walking around. I'm just gonna power through it. Dear listener, you're gonna hear my dogs in the background. They're too noisy to not stop recording every time they bark. Hopefully it's not too distracting. So we get more and more into this dream. We zoom into the forest, and Rosaline dreams about her sister, very much like Alice in Wonderland, going through the rabbit hole. Rosaline starts mixing the things in her room, her decorations, her toys, the bunny. We start seeing giant versions of those and interacting with Alice. And Rosaline is mentioning all of this. And Alice is being chased by wolves. These wolves don't seem menacing at all. They're just running around like good old boys, like the review said. And they finally surround the sister. They don't really interact with her. They just surround her sister with big dramatic scream and then cut to her dead.
Yeah. She's a goner, supposedly, even though they were so far away from her.
They were so far away. I felt like she just died from fright.
She died. Yeah, she had a heart attack. She was so
scared. She had a heart attack, yeah. And then we get into this very... I wrote here in my notes, like the dark version of the Munchkin Land from Wizard of Oz.
Huh.
The village is like fantasy 1600 type, and Rosaline is imagining herself in this village in period half period era. clothes. Her dad is there. Her mom's like it's a very fun mix of literary Riding Hood. We get into that later. Alice in Wonderland, Wizard of Oz, that kind of mythology. This is an osekai. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're not.
Also, you weeb. You know what that is.
I know. That's why I laughed.
So they're at the sister's funeral. Which, I mean, if I have this mean sister, I would also dream about her getting killed.
Yeah, of course.
Eaten by wolves. Granny's there, Angela Lansbury, who was 50 when this was shot. Or I think 51. There's this actress, or there was this actress in Mexico who, throughout the whole golden era of movies in Mexico from like the 40s up to the 60s and 70s, maybe 80s, she was the grandma of all of the movies. She was grandma, and have you ever bought the Mexican chocolate that comes in big tablets, chocolate abuelita? If anyone sees chocolate abuelita, that's her. That's the Mexican grandma, this actress. And she had been the grandma for like 40, 50 years. So how is this possible? She was cast as a grandma since in her early 40s.
God damn.
She just has looked older, I guess. I feel like this is kind of the same thing with Angela. She wasn't that old, but she was just done to seem a lot older. Rosalind goes to grandma's house just to give mom and dad a break. And then immediately grandma, kind of creepy, her storytelling.
Yeah. Bad vibes.
Yeah, bad vibes. You see grandma needing something in red. It's going to be the cloak for later. And she starts telling fairy tales to Rosalind. So now we're in the story. We did the dream. We're inceptioning.
We are.
So she tells several stories. But the first story is about this salesman and this young bride. And they're in their first night together. For some reason, he's kind of in the shadows. He's kind of cagey. This is all started because grandma says that don't trust a man whose eyebrows meet in the middle. That's her whole thing.
Crazy.
Which ends up being right. Mm-hmm. But this young groom, and this is Stephen Rea, and bride, they're the first night, and then he takes off his shirt. There's a hedgehog around for some reason, who he yanks. He just tosses into the wild.
Like he's skipping a rock.
Nidia audibly gasp.
Yeah, that tracks.
And he hears some wolves or dogs howling. He's like, nature calls. His eyes are yellow, and then he leaves. He never comes back. Young bride remarries. Years later, she has kids. She's doing dinner, blah, blah. Stephen Rea comes back. And he, long hair, shaggy, disheveled. He's hungry. He wants to eat.
No clue why he comes back now of all times.
Yeah, it's like at least 10 years later. Like it feels like a while.
Yeah. Because I think she waited some time before getting remarried, and then she finally got remarried. And she has all these kids now.
Yeah. And she always said that wolves ate him or something. And he starts calling her whore just out of nowhere.
Hold on. Now I gotta pull up one of my favorite reviews from this movie.
Also, there was a creepy baby around. Well, while you pull that up, he starts transforming into a wolf. And I think this is the coolest transformation of all of them.
Crazy. It was very well done.
I was waiting for your text of, I can't watch this movie.
I wish it wasn't as long as it was, especially like the peeling of the face. I was like, okay, all right, let's move on to the next. I'm ready.
It was really cool. It was really cool puppetry. It looked kind of janky, but I feel like this is where they had their budget.
Yeah.
And the puppets.
I agree.
Because it's a really cool, peeling off his skin, and then he's just all muscles, and then the muscles start transforming into the wolf, and then the fur and everything wraps around the muscles. Obviously no CGI. So it's really, really smart editing, really, really good puppetry. I've never seen this type of transformation before, but it was really cool.
Here it is. I found it, by the way. This is a children's movie for the first 25 minutes and suddenly dials it up to an 11 when a guy starts screaming horror and then rips all his flesh off.
Welcome to the 80s, baby. Yeah, no, this is the 80s. It's fine, and boom, you got a dead horse.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then we cut back to like Grandma. I feel like this is where Grandma kept giving weird, creepy eyes to the granddaughter.
Yeah.
And this is where like, give me a kiss, and it was a really weird kiss.
Very, very weird. I also definitely thought like this was going to be like this was the grandma telling her story, but I don't think it was.
No. Is this? Oh, and then we get a quick story also of the devil.
Yeah. Great story.
So good because it's a really quick. I feel like they just wanted to use this cool 1920s car, which completely is out of the realm of the fairy tale setting, but it makes sense because it is the devil, and we get this quick, I guess, bargain with the devil and this creepy boy that's after Rosaline. Gets some chest hair and he transforms into a wolf.
Wait, no, this guy isn't after Rosaline. This is a different kid.
Is that a different kid?
Yeah, this is a completely... Because this kid was actually kind of cute looking.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the amorous boy was not cute at all. I was tired of his ass.
I thought... It's so funny that was the name of his character. I thought the amorous boy had like a fake nose and this was his real nose.
I don't think so. I'll look at the casting. But,
okay.
It was really funny because Rosaline is the chauffeur, but she's in a blonde wig. And so I'm like...
Oh,
were they trying to make it? Or did they just not want to cast somebody else?
No, I think it was a little bit around temptation. I think it was the grandma telling Rosaline not to be a temptress, and she could lead boys into like deals with the devil, blah blah blah. Mm-hmm. It felt very old timey, but it felt like apropos to the time, the fairy tale time, and also the 80s.
Yeah,
I'm looking up who the devil is because I know that guy.
Terrence Stamp.
Yes, who just passed away not that long ago, I think. But yeah, Terrence Stamp, great actor, great bad guy. Obviously, he's gonna be the devil. We go back to the mom and dad's little hut. They're still grieving. They immediately start banging right in front of Rosaline. Which I mean, I guess because it's one hut. So
yeah.
Rosaline asked her mom about that. Does it hurt?
That's so funny.
Insert nervous laugh by Casey.
It's crazy.
And then the next morning, I don't think we get the Rosalind story next. No, it's a little bit later. But yeah, we're in. I forget if the banging was first or the church scene was first, but we have a church scene, and oh man, there's so many spiders in that church, and they all fall. And Rosaline's Bible, and she just kind of stops them away. She doesn't do anything.
So that scene, or like that clip, it's not even a scene. It's that clip of her brushing the spiders off. You can tell, like, the direction was, like, aggressively brush them off. But you could also tell that she felt bad about, like, aggressively pushing them off. So she just, like, aggressively hit the pages of the Bible instead. And just kind of, like, pet the spiders.
Or didn't want to touch the spiders. Were they real spiders?
I don't know.
I actually couldn't tell.
I was getting the vibe of kindness.
Yeah, I can see that a little bit. But like 7 or 8 spiders fell into one.
I'm so glad Samuel was not watching this movie with me because I think he would have had a panic attack. He hates spiders. They freak him out.
Ooh, I have a movie night idea for you guys. Arachnophobia. It's a great 80s movie. Anyway, yes. It's both of you guys' nightmare in one movie. Also, 8-Legged Freaks, but that's more comedy horror then. And also a lot of bad CGI. David Arquette is in 8-Legged Freaks. Anyway, the Company of Wolves. So yeah, after the church, the Rosaline and Amber's boy go on a walk. I'm guessing this is a very small town, so everyone's very involved. Grandma is very much, don't go off the path, wink, wink, nudge, nudge. At this point, Rosaline is wearing her cloak. So she's full on Little Red Riding Hood now. We're going to go through this movie really quick.
It's a short movie.
It is a short movie.
Yeah.
I'm okay with this.
Yeah.
They go on the walk. Boy's kind of pushy because, of course, he is.
I fucking hate this kid. I wanted to just
You know what's
punch
funny?
him. I want to bully him. I want to shove him in the locker. I'm sorry.
Hey, no, it's fine. But you know what's funny? It's that I don't know what his age was, but he looked 20, almost 30, but he sounded 11. And also her Rosaline looked older, but she was 11 when they shot this movie.
I have to...
Which is crazy because she does kiss a 40-year-old later on.
It's so funny. So I did look up the age difference. 27 years. 27-year age difference.
Oof.
And I was like, I don't think The Labyrinth was that bad.
No.
It was 23 or 24.
Yeah.
Years of age difference. And I'm like, oh my God.
Yeah, don't think too hard about The Labyrinth.
God, I love The Labyrinth.
I know.
It's
Me
so
too.
good.
I saw a movie when I was a kid. And then I've seen it a couple of times after, but yeah.
Mm-hmm. I watch it at least every other year. That's one movie I will
Really?
rewatch.
Wow. Yeah. It's not on your top 4 of IMDb.
It's not, but it's probably top 10, I would say.
All right. I can see that. Rosaline, full-on Little Red Riding Hood, and creepy, weird, amorous boy that we're gonna lock in a locker. They're in their walk. He's pushy. They kiss, but she kind of shoves him away, and then she runs off the path. Starts climbing a really tall tree. This is a very beautiful scene. I like the sunset. Very green screen, very fake, but it just look pretty. I think the boy hears some wolves, he sees a disemboweled cow and starts yelling wolves.
I really
know.
hated that.
I know.
The calf was there.
Yeah, the 80s again. The 80s. It's not enough to have a disemboweled cow. No, you have to have the calf there.
It was really sad.
He starts yelling wolf, wolf. Parents start freaking out because Rosalind is not with him. Obviously, they all start fighting. While all this is all happening, Rosalind is up in this giant tree, and she finds some eggs. They hatch, and they're little babies. And
it was creepy as hell. What the hell? But then she's so excited about it, and then she shows it to her mom. She's like, look what I found. And it's like, what is your mom supposed to make of that? But the mom is excited.
Metaphor. Anyway.
It's terrible.
So yes, Rosaline shows mom creepy baby, crying creepy baby.
It reminds me of when Mardi Gras and you cut the cake and it whoever finds the little baby in the cake or it's means something. I don't know what it means, but
or Rosca de Reyes. In Mexico, when you get a baby, you have to throw a party on February 2nd, I think. 1st or 2nd, I don't know. So after that, all the men in the village want to go and hunt the wolves because the boy saw the calf and the cow. And they leave. It's kind of poignant that the mom tried to give the dad a crucifix, and he's like, no, all we need is this. And
that was suspicious as hell. I was like,
yeah, metaphor, I guess. And while they're gone, there's this whole thing. They're hunting the wolf. They set up a trap. While this is happening, Rosalind and mom are back home, and Rosalind starts telling the mom a story. And I really enjoyed this part, how endearing it was that the mom saw Rosalind telling a story. Like, oh, you're telling a story? Like, yes, I am. And it felt very natural. In a movie that felt like a theatrical play, everything was too much, too loud. This scene felt very natural to me. And Rosalind starts telling this story about this fancy Regency era party. The fanciest of men, the fanciest of ladies.
Her story was actually really good. I would say her stories are better than the grandma stories.
Yeah. It reminded me of Mac from It's Always Sunny.
That's good. That's funny.
And then this party, this wedding. Young bride, not so young groom, I think. And then this other girl walks in, disheveled, very pregnant, and it's obvious that he got her pregnant. left her for the fancy lady. And then she starts transforming all of them into wolves. Not as cool of a transformation, but still pretty cool. Very funny. I did feel bad for the dogs that they seemed very scared in the dresses and all of the fancy wigs. Because there was a lot of like throwing around things and they kind of all ran. And this is when they run over a peacock. They're running into the forest and there's a random peacock in the middle and they just run over it. And then at the end, like peacocks are like, what the fuck happened?
I saw a video recently, speaking of peacocks, where this peacock like was in a room that it wasn't supposed to be in. And you just hear this guy running as fast as he can, grabs a peacock and then like tosses it out of the room. Because apparently peacocks, when they realize that you're coming for them, get hella aggressive and are very
mean.
Dangerous.
They're super mean.
I need to find this video because it's like, I don't know, it gives like disgruntled pet parent.
So I went to this fancy private school and they had peacocks there.
That explains a lot about you.
Not my campus, but the main campus in Monterrey, they had peacocks and shut up homeschool. And I visited one time to the main campus. So they have peacocks and they have deer in the campus, and it's very, very, very much not allowed to touch either, because they're animals. So I was with a friend, hanging out with a friend, and we were just outside of the cafeteria. The cafeteria had these revolving doors. And there was a peacock right in front of the door. And we had this thought. It would be really, really funny if we quickly grab the peacock and just shove it into the cafeteria and see chaos ensue, but then we get expelled. Is it worth it? We didn't do it, but we had...
Damn. That's so sad.
Yeah, there are peacocks around. Also, I went to this fancy restaurant in Mexico City where the area that you wait for your table, it's in a little patio, and there are peacocks around, and they're albino peacocks. They're very pretty, but they're very loud. They're louder than you think. Anyway, yeah. And then Rosaline tells mom that every night the wolves howl and serenade the baby, and we see the baby in a tree for some reason. The wolf mom and wolf baby are up there. After this is when we get the scene where they catch the wolves that the dad and the whole village were looking at. Amber's voice is also around. They set up a trap. They all fire into the trap into a pit. Dad comes back distraught, and he's saying he was a wolf. I cut his paw as a trophy. He was a wolf.
He says this like 10,000 times.
Yes. You know who this guy is? The actor?
I recognize his face.
He's a bad guy in everything. Have you ever seen Tron? The original Tron? He's a bad guy on the original Tron. He's an 80s bad guy. He just looks like an 80s bad guy. So he puts he thought was a paw, and it's a foot. So now that kind of fairy tales are mixing into this fairy tale reality. So maybe there are actual werewolves around. It's not just grandma making it up. A little bit later, we see Little Red Riding Hood getting ready to go visit mom. Now we are in the Little Red Riding Hood story.
Mm-hmm.
Like, this is all a preamble to this.
Yeah.
She's getting ready. She gets some wine. She gets some stuff for grandma. She's going to go visit her. She's actually walking down the path. And then we get the huntsman. This is the actor's first big role. You cannot tell. But he is kind of striking looking.
He is.
He's not handsome. He's just interesting. His face is interesting.
Yeah. He's got some riz.
He does. There's some air quote cute banter between them back and forth. I feel like they aged her up in like intellectually, in a sense. Like I don't think an 11-year-old would have this social intelligence. I don't know why she had that to be that young, but the 80s.
Was she actually that young?
She was 11. She was born in 74. Let me double check. But, I was going to say, oh no, not that young. No, she was born in 1970, so she was like 13 or 12.
Okay, that makes a
No, it
makes a
doesn't.
little bit of sense. It doesn't, not for like the scene, but like she looks 13 versus 11.
She does look 13, yeah.
Mhm.
Just because
She doesn't
they're
look older than 13 though.
just because they're British, they look 40. I don't know. I feel like just British people just look 40 when they turn 13.
That's so funny.
He's like you said, he has a lot of risk. He's flirting heavily. She says that, oh, I'm going to go see grandma. And then they wrestle, very uncomfortable. And then he kind of goes away. You see him kind of walking around. I don't know what took little Ronnie Hood Rosaline that long to get to grandma, but he gets to grandma way quicker. I guess she was taking to the path that he wasn't because he's a wolf. Spoilers. By the time he gets into grandma's hut, he is halfway through being a wolf. He has the eyebrows. He has the yellow eyes. Grandma immediately attacks him. Wild again, how it goes from 0 to 100 because he swaps at grandma and her head just flies off.
They make beheading look so easy in this movie. Like it's just like you can do it on accident. It's that easy.
Like butter.
And then also but like she becomes ceramic.
Yeah.
Because her head hits the cabinet.
Yeah.
And then it.
Sure.
I don't know.
Metaphor.
Yeah.
Somehow. So Huntsman, now wolf, kind of wolf form, is rocking in a chair waiting for Rosaline. And they throw some little Ronnie Hood lines here and there. Oh, how big your eyes are, or how
big your arms are. And his arms, he looks like so skinny. And I'm like, yeah, those are massive arms. Like, according to who?
I mean, to a 13-year-old.
Sure, maybe.
But yeah, he gets his shirt off real quick. She does find out that her grandma's probably definitely dead pretty quickly, too.
She doesn't seem to care, though.
No, not that much.
I mean, I didn't get the sense that they had a great relationship. Grandma seemed kind of weird and annoying, so...
Yeah.
This is tracking.
Rosalie was just grateful for the cool red cloak. That's about it.
Yeah, then she throws into the fucking fireplace. And I'm like, that's high quality shit right there. What are you doing?
Yeah, his shirt is off very quick. Long hair, pretty steamy. Then he starts transforming. Well, she attacks him first. Good for her. I think there's a kiss and then she attacks him.
Are we at the part where she's at the window and then she turns around and she shoots him? Because that was funny. That was so good. Yeah,
it was kind of out of nowhere, but I mean, good for her.
Yeah.
He did
kind of like, it gave like The Office vibes.
A little bit.
Yeah.
Yeah, Rosalind shoots the Huntsman and then he starts transforming. It was a little unintentionally funny at first when he starts going, ah!
That lasted so long. I was waiting.
Really did.
Samuel was upstairs gaming, and I was waiting for him to come down and be like, what the hell are you watching? Just like a random guy screaming for like 5 minutes. Jesus.
And this transformation is also kind of cool. It's in the poster. The wolf comes within the guy. I do like, kind of, that the werewolves are just wolves.
Yeah.
They're not man-wolf hybrid. I do like that design, but my favorite of those is American Werewolf in London. But I enjoy the good boy wolves. They just look so nice, and I feel like they were those wolf dog breeds. I don't think they were full wolf.
No, they looked more like huskies to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna show you a picture if I can find it of my aunt's wolf. She had an actual wolf.
Goddamn.
I think it had like 2% husky, but it's you see it, like, oh, that's a fucking wolf.
Yeah.
Like
and
the paws are this size.
Yeah, like wolves are a lot bigger than...
Wolves are a lot bigger. They're very cat-like.
Hell yeah. I looked it up. Apparently, all of these dogs are Belgian Shepherd dogs whose fur has been dyed. But for some of the close-up shots of Rosaline interacting with the wolf towards the end of the movie, a real wolf was used.
Gotcha.
So during the entirety of the production, only 2 real wolves were used.
Yeah, you can kind of tell. Well, it's fine. I mean, in the 80s, nobody's going to look up what a real wolf looks like. No. But yeah, Rosaline is kind of petting the wolf. She's okay with the wolf now. And then we get this hard cut into a scene where there's a werewolf girl, like a wolf girl, kind of, going into the church. Was this supposed to be Rosaline? That confused me a lot.
No, because it was a different actress.
It was a different actress.
I don't think it was supposed to be.
I don't know because we have this random girl who the actress was a pop rock singer from the 80s. I actually started listening to some of her songs. They're pretty good. But yeah, she was this random naked wolf lady running around. And even the dad shoots at her and mom's like, no. So that's what I thought, that maybe it was supposed to be Rosaline accepting her wolf form.
Maybe. That's possible. I can see that. Yeah.
Yeah, like her inner wolf, because there's a monologue from Rosaline about like being okay with the inner wolf, or maybe not all men are bad. Hashtag not all of us. I'm just kidding. But it did kind of feel a little bit like that. And then right after this batshit wild hard cuts of wolves running around, and then you cut into the actual house from the present, and then the wolves just running around the house, destroying everything. Present day Rosaline wakes up, and then you get a slow motion of a werewolf going into her room. Metaphor! And that's the end of the movie.
So, no clue what happened to the sister. No. But we know that in the fantasy world, Rosaline also turns into a werewolf, I guess, to be with her huntsman.
Okay, so yeah, I guess.
Then she screams when she sees the wolves. I'm like, isn't this what you wanted? But like, that's the whole thing, right? Like, when you're a young girl, you want to have your period, and then like you get it, and you're like, no, I don't want this anymore. So like,
you want to have a period as a young? Well, I guess you want to grow up. You want to be an adult.
Grow up.
Yeah, I guess I can see that. Boys go through a similar thing. Obviously, not as dramatic, but it's just when your dad tells you need to buy a deodorant. Like I very much so remember that because I'm stinky.
That's funny.
But speaking of stinky, how do you feel about this movie?
It's okay. It's a fever dream.
It's a fever dream.
Yeah.
It's weird. Let's get into awards.
Yeah.
We've got 3 awards: Best Actor Ever, Worst Actor Ever, Best Scene Ever. I think we're gonna have a lot of choices. Casey, Best Actor Ever.
I don't know how to pronounce your name. Tussie? I don't know. Tus? Silberg, the mother.
Oh,
I thought
really?
She did a really great job. I really enjoyed her acting.
I'm gonna say Tussie Silberg. No, I mean, I'm gonna say that's her name.
oh, I was like, okay, cool. You agree with me? Yay.
I'm gonna give it to Sarah Peterson, Rosalie.
Yeah. She carried herself very well in this movie.
Yes, this movie could have been much more unbearable with a lesser actress, especially so young. But yeah, I'm gonna give it to Sarah. But yeah, I think that scene of the mom and Rosaline, that really made it for me. Like that, really good actress. I don't think Sarah Patterson did much after this. I haven't seen much. Worst actor ever?
Jane Johnstone, the Amherst boy.
I'm going to agree with you.
Yeah,
I fucking hated that kid. Also, the actor.
Yeah.
Not just the character, the actor. Sometimes I want to punch a child in the face. This was one of those times.
I get it.
By the way, I forgot to mention it. The first story, the young bride's second husband. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's the main butler from Downton Abbey, Jim Carter. Very young Jim Carter. Yeah. Who's also in Top Secret, the movie that's also in '84 that me and I watched with Val Kilmer. But yeah, that was him. It's kind of hot as a young man. Best scene ever.
I think you're going to say the same one. But yeah, the scene between the mom and the daughter, I thought like the acting there was very well done. It like really pulled me into the movie. When everything else I was kind of like, I was like half-heartedly like paying attention to, but that scene I was like, okay, I'm like locked in.
Close, but I'm gonna give it to the fancy party story. I thought it was really funny. I laughed through the whole thing. I felt bad for the doggies because they were scary points, and poor Peacock. But it was the best of the short stories. Really cool transformation, and also eat the rich. So there you go. So Casey, very important question, solely based on this movie. Was 1984 the best year ever for movies?
No.
I'm gonna give it a yes.
Aw, cute.
Enjoyed it enough that Like, this is one of those movies that I thought, I'm glad this exists. It feels like the starting point to a lot of movies and a lot of maybe not careers, maybe, but it also, I enjoy very British movies. This felt like a very British movie.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm quite good at yes. But what are we gonna watch next week? The way we show some movies. Oh, we take IMDb's top 100 and we randomly choose one for the next episode. 89. Full Moon in Paris. Oh, it's French. It's that guy. All right, I could fuck with this. I've never seen it. The main guy, the main actor, he's in things. He is the villain of a very underrated Jet Li movie, Kiss of the Dragon. He's a very good bad guy. So I'm interested in seeing him this young protagonist. I don't think he's a bad guy in this one. But I think it's going to be our first movie that we, both of us, don't understand the language that well.
Woohoo!
Right?
Yeah.
Full Moon in Paris.
Woo.
Not a werewolf movie, I think.
Yeah.
But maybe? Anyway, Casey's ready to go. Till next time. Bye.
Which dog breed would you use in place of actual wolves? Let us know by finding us at Best Year Ever Pod on Instagram and YouTube and leaving a comment, or you can send us an email at bestyeareverpod@gmail.com. And while you're at it, give us a like, leave a rating, and go subscribe on all your preferred podcast listening platforms. Also, don't forget to check out our Patreon. Bye!